Right. Good morning to you all, and today we are going to start another important lesson. I want to share that knowledge with you. The lesson is actually we call paraphrasing technique. We call what is the name? Paraphrasing. Paraphrasing technique. We are going to learn about the lesson paraphrasing technique. Paraphrasing technique. So, why I decided to teach you this paraphrasing technique today? This is one of a very important technique you should know to make a best answer for IELTS writing task 2 question. IELTS writing task 2 question. Please keep in your mind. We need paraphrasing techniques mainly to answer IELTS writing task 2 question. IELTS writing task 2 question. So, what is the meaning of paraphrasing? What is the meaning of paraphrasing? Now, in IELTS academic or general, IELTS academic or general writing task 2 question, what will happen? You will get the question. That question is check your describing capacity. That question check your describing capacity. When you are going to answer that question, which question? IELTS writing task 2. The paraphrasing technique is very important. Paraphrasing technique is very important. So why? If we further think about that, the IELTS writing task 2 question, why it is important for us? It contributes around 60% of your total marks of the writing paper. So writing paper එකේ මුළු ලකුණු ප්‍රමාණයෙන් 60ක් විතර contribute කරන මොකද්ද? Writing task 2. So ඒ නිසා, because of that, it is very important we have to make a good answer for writing task 2. Now you can take out of 1 hour of that paper, you can take around 40 minutes maximum, 35 to 40 minutes to answer for that question. So when you are going to answer for IELTS writing task 2 question, the paraphrasing technique is very important. Why? That is the starting point of your answer. We use paraphrasing techniques at what point? Starting of your answer. උත්තරේ ලියන පටන් ගන්නකොට අපිට ඕනේ මොකද? Paraphrasing technique. මොකද paraphrasing technique කියන්නේ? You will get a question. What you have to do, the idea of the question, you have to write by your own words. You have to write by your own words. That is paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means that when you get the IELTS writing part 2 question, what you have to do? You have to read the question and understand the question, and the idea of the question you have to write by your own words. Don't write in the question format, write as a statement. ඒක පොඩි පැරග්‍රාෆ් එකක් විදිහට වාක්‍ය දෙක තුනකින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ මොකද කරන්නේ? මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන අයිඩියා එක ඔයගොල්ලෝ own words වලින් ලියනවා. That is paraphrasing. ඔය paraphrasing කියන්නේ. එහෙනම් in the IELTS writing task 2 ඔයගොල්ලෝ උත්තර දෙන්න පටන් ගන්නේ කොහොමද? ඒ උත්තරේ පටන් ගන්නේ කොතනින්ද? පළවෙනි පැරග්‍රාෆ් එක මොකක්ද උත්තරේ? Paraphrasing the question. Read the question, understand the question. The idea of the question you will write by your own words. එතකොට that if you are very strong in paraphrasing, that is very important. Why? Now, if you know the paraphrasing, ප්‍රශ්නේ බලපු ගමන් ඔයාලා තේරෙනවා දැන් මේක මගේ වචන වලින් මේවා ලියන්න ඕනේ. ඒතකොට ඒක ලියනවා කියන්නේ ඕගොල්ලෝ උත්තර ලියන්න පටන් ගන්නවා කියන්නේ. එතකොට දැන් writing task 2 එක ලියන්න start කරන්න පුළුවන් paraphrasing හොඳට දන්න කෙනෙකුට නේද? Paraphrasing හොඳට practice කරපු කෙනෙකුට what he can do, he can easily start his answer, his or her answer. පැහැදිලිද? පැහැදිලි. Please understand, when you are writing the idea of the question by your own word, it is expect you are making around 70 to 80% change, 70 to 80% change of your answer from the question. මේ question එකේ තියෙන වචනම පාවිච්චි කරලා ලියන්න බෑ. ඒ question එකේ තියෙන වචන සහ ඒ රටාව දල වශයෙන් අඩු ගන්න 70ක 80ක change එකක් ඔයගොල්ලෝ මොන කරනවද? කරන්න ඕන. You have to do that change when you are doing paraphrasing. Paraphrasing. Clear? Now tell me, now I told you when you are doing paraphrasing, what you are doing, the idea of the question you are writing by your own words. ඒ ප්‍රශ්නේ අදහස ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ own words වලින් ලියනවා. එහෙනම් එහෙම ලියන්න ගියාම ඔයාලට වැදගත් වෙන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ මොකක්ද වැඩිපුර? grammar වචන. වචන. If you have a good vocabulary, you can easily do that. මොකද හේතුව දැන් ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන අදහසනේ අපි මේ අපේ වචන වලින් ලියන්නේ. To do that, your vocabulary is very important. පැහැදිලිද? Then if the students are with good vocabulary, they can easily do paraphrasing way. පැහැදිලි නේද? Right. Now you got the point. What is paraphrasing? Now tell me again, what is paraphrasing? Which questions it relate? IELTS writing task 2. Both academic and general. Both academic and general. So what we are doing in the paraphrasing? We read the question, idea of the question, we are writing by our own words. That's right. Clear? Right. Now we'll see an example. We'll quickly see an example to do how the paraphrasing. Look at my example, the same thing, the tube I will show you. Look at this question. Look at this question. Some people, look at the whiteboard. Some people believe that standardized English examinations look at the question, examinations like IELTS. So I take this question related to IELTS also. IELTS just businesses to make money. However, others believe that such exams are important for the society. Which do you believe and why? This is the question. Now today in this session I am going to tell you how to answer this question. I am going to teach you how to answer this question, but I want to show you this is the question. This is IELTS Part 2 question, writing task 2. I am showing you that how to make a paraphrase. How to make a paraphrase this. Now what is paraphrasing means we discuss. The idea of the question, write by your own words. Write by your own words. Now, if you get this kind of question in IELTS writing task 2 paper, task 2 question, now when you are going to answer, in your first paragraph, what you have to do? Paraphrase the question. මේ question එකේ තියෙන අදහස ලියන්න ඕන මොකද්ද? තමන්ගේ වචනවලින්. තමන්ගේ වචනවලින්. එහෙනම් මේ තියෙන එක අපි ලියව තමන්ගේ වචනවලින්. පැහැදිලිද? කොහොමද අපි ඒක කරන්නේ? කොහොමද අපි කරන්නේ? You can see here some people believe standardized English examinations like IELTS are just businesses to make money. However, others believe අනිත්‍ය විශ්වාස කරනවා that such exams are important for the society. සමාජ විශ්වාස කරන්නේ නැහැ, business නෙමෙයි, මේ සමාජයට වැදගත්. Which do you believe? ඔබ විශ්වාස කරන්නේ මේකෙන් මොකක්ද? Why? ඇයි එහෙම විශ්වාස කරන්නේ? That's a question. Now, when you are going to answer this question, what you are first do? Paraphrase the question. Now, I am going to write the idea of the question by using my own words. Now, look at my answer. I am writing like that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. What do you feel? Now look at the question and see the way I make some changes. Now you can see by looking at this question and the way I paraphrase it, you can see here some people believe that standardized English examinations like IELTS are just businesses to make money. The same idea I wrote here by using my own word. Here some people, but I put certain individuals. Some people, certain individuals. You don't think every words we need not to change. I told you we have to make some like 70 to 80% change. It's a අදහස් කරන්නේ නැහැ මෙතන තියෙන හැම වචනයක්ම මෙතන වෙනස් වෙන්න ඕන කියලා. No. We have to write in a proper way by making maybe 70 to 80% change. That's what we need. So, certain individual. Here in question says believe that. But I put understand. Certain individuals understand. To standardize English examinations like IELTS. But I put generalize English test. Not examinations, test. such as IELTS. See, like IELTS, I put such as IELTS. Even you put like IELTS, no problem. Even 70%, 80% change. But I put such as IELTS. Here put like, the question says just businesses to make money. Just businesses to make money. But what I put? Good sources to earn money. Good sources to earn money. Good sources to earn money. However, others believe that. Anyway, opponents argue that. Here, however, here, anyway. Here, others believe that. Here I told opponents argue that. මීට විරුද්ධ මත දරන අය opponents විරුද්ධවාදී opponents argue that තරක කරනවා such tests are much needed for the current societies. Here tell others believe that such exams are important for the society. I put such tests are much needed for current society. The word here society, I also use society. No problem. No problem. Why? Paraphrasing expect some 70 to 80% change. 70 to 80% change. So that is we call paraphrasing. That is we call paraphrasing. Can you all understand my point? You can understand my point. Now, that is we call paraphrasing. Now, why I teach you today this paraphrasing, that is very important. I want to give you some signal. Now, in coming days, we are going to start our writing questions. Then when you get this kind of question, what you have to do first, in the first paragraph, paraphrase the question. Paraphrase the question. Now, dear students, now you can see in your paraphrasing techniques special reference tune at the latter part. බලන්න පිටිපස්සට ගිහිල්ලා අන්තිම හරිය මම දාලා තියෙනවා වගුවක්. There is a chart. ඒ chart එකේ තියෙනවා first column එක මොකක්ද තියෙන්නේ? Book number 1, book number 2 එහෙම තියෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ තියෙනවා question එකක් second column එකේ. Can you see the question second column එකේ තියෙන්නේ question තියෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ තුන්වෙනි column එක මොකක්ද කියන්නේ? What is the third column? Paraphrase the question. Now I told you have IELTS pack 3. තුන්වෙනි පැක් එක අපේ ප්‍රැක්ටිස් ටියුටෝරියල් පැක් එකේ පොත් කීයක් තියෙනවද? පොත් 8ක් තියෙනවා. ඒ පොත් 8 තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න ටික තමයි ඔය තියෙන්නේ. එහෙනම් බලන්න බුක් නම්බර් 1 එකේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවද? තියෙනවා. ඔය බුක් නම්බර් 2 එකේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවද? නැහැ. 3 එකේ තියෙනවද? නැහැ. 4 එකේ තියෙනවා. අනිත් පැත්ත පෙරලන්න. turn to other side. බුක් නම්බර් 5 එකේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවද? 6 එකේ තියෙනවද? 7 එකේ තියෙනවද? ඔව් 8 එකේ තියෙනවා. එහෙනම් ඕගොල්ලෝ මේ කෝස් එක පුරාවටම කරන පොත් 8 තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න ටික තමයි ඔය තියෙන්නේ. එහෙනම් අද අපි try කරනවා මේ පාඩම ගෙනත් ගමම්ම අඩු ගානේ පළවෙනි පොත් දෙකේ තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න දෙක paraphrase කරන්න අපි try කරමු. පැහැදිලිද? Now you can see ඉතිරි ටික ඔයාලා ගෙදර ගිහලා කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙනම් අපි now we are starting our writing questions after 2-3 weeks, but today itself we are going to paraphrase the forthcoming questions. දැන් ඉස්සරහට ප්‍රශ්න ටික ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැන්නම දන්නවා අපි දැන් මේවා paraphrase කරන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. පැහැදිලිද? Right. Now start doing paraphrasing of first and second questions. Okay, that is the end of my explanation. Now you can start doing paraphrasing first and second questions.